Hi guys, this is Yamaha DX7 FM Mega Bass Tutorial Series Part 2. We will make more DX7 Sub Basses. Along the way, you will learn many ways to create DX7 FM bass sounds. You will also learn tips and tricks for making FM basses. Let's recap from the part 1. The DX7 provides 32 algorithms for flexible sound design. You can introduce minimum or maximum harmonic contents based on algorithms. Algorithm 32 can be used for making a sub-bass sound by layering 5 sine waves and 1 sawtooth wave. A decay and sustain envelope was used to control operator 6 with feedback. We used the key transpose to shift the center key to C2, so we get more low end. We also adjusted envelopes to get rid of annoying envelope click noises. So this is what we did. We have algorithm 32, which is a pure additive algorithm. We used operator 1 to 5 to generate sine waves and add them together to get really good low end. Operator 6 is used to generate higher harmonic tones, although it's quite gentle. Now, I can't stress enough, but algorithms are the most important aspect of the DX7 FM synthesis. They determine how all 6 operators interact with each other. Determining an appropriate algorithms is a key to create the sound that you want, but it's the most difficult step. So, let's compare the two extremes, algorithm 16 and algorithm 32. Algorithm 16 is a pure FM algorithms for maximum frequency modulation. Yet it's very difficult to use because it generates too much modulation. On the other hand, algorithm 32 is a pure additive algorithm with no frequency modulation. You get no frequency modulation, but it's the easiest to learn. So we've already tried to make a sub bass with algorithm 32. This time, we will try different algorithms to make another sub bass. Let's look at algorithm 31. It's a 4-operator additive algorithms. Operator 5 and 6 are stacked to generate frequency modulation. So, what kind of sound does algorithm 31 can produce? You get 4 sine waves layered and 1 FM tone with various waveforms. Let's get our hands dirty. We will start with initializing a patch. Press the brown function button. Press button 10 and the initialization screen appears. Press +1/yes button, then the initialization confirmation screen appears. Press +1 yes button, the initialization is completed. Now, press button 7 and change algorithm to 31 by using the data entry slider or buttons. Press button 8 and change feedback to 7 by using the data entry slider or buttons. Now, when you press a key, you won't hear changes that we've just made. This is because the initialized patch has only operator 1 with output level of 99, so you only hear operator 1. We will adjust output level of all operators first, so we can hear changes that we make. Press button 27 and use operator select button to go through each operator. At the moment, only operator 1 has output level of 99. Adjust operator 1 to operator 5 to output level of 99. For operator 6, we will set it to 75 to start with. For a modulator, output level should be somewhat lower so that you don't initially generate too much frequency modulation and ending up with noises. Now you can hear all operators. We will make adjustments to priority parameters later. We will work on oscillator first. Press button 18 for all operators. You will see frequency ratio of 1.00. Change all the ratios to 0.50. You can use +1 button to make changes. Press operator select button to go through each operator. Let's look at the relationship between operator 5 and operator 6. It has a ratio of 1.1. That means that it generates a sawtooth wave-like waveform. Now, we will work on envelope. Press button 21 and 22 and use operator select button to see how operator 1 envelope is set. The table below shows operator 1 envelope parameters. We will make changes to rate 1 attack, rate 4 release. We will set rate 1 to 82 and rate 4 to 70. This is the same as part 1 sub bass sound. Once making changes to operator 1 envelope, press Store button. Keep pressing it. Use buttons 1 to 6 to select an operator to copy operator 1 envelope. Now, all operators have the same envelope. We need to adjust operator 6 with a bit of decay, so we get a more dynamic bass. Press buttons 21 and 22 and use operator select button to see how operator 6 envelope is set. To introduce a decay tone, you need to change rate 2, rate 3, and level 2 and level 3. Currently, they are set at 99 for rate 2, rate 3, level 2, and level 3. We only want to introduce a bit of decay, so we will set rate 2 to 33, rate 3 to 33, level 2 to 93, and level 3 to 93. Again, this is the same envelope settings as Part 1 Sub Bass. Press the keys and hear the sound. So what's happening? We use the same envelope settings from the first sub bass on operator 6. It's just too much sawtooth tone in the second sub bass. A FM sawtooth with 2 operator stacking is more powerful than 1 operator sawtooth waveform. We will make further changes to operator 6 envelope so that we can make another sub bass. Press buttons 21 and 22 and use operator select button to see how operator 6 envelope is set. We will create a shorter decay with a minimum sawtooth sustain tone. So, we will set rate 2 is 48, rate 3 to 33, level 2 to 80, and level 3 to 80. Once adjusted, we will check operator 6 output level. Press button 27 and use operator select button to check operator 6. It's set at 75. So, is it enough? Let's try 80. You get more sawtooth tone. Let's try 85. We will set it to 85 so that you get a lot of sawtooth tone. We will adjust operator 6 output level with key velocity sensitivity. Press button 28 and use operator select button to check operator 6 key velocity sensitivity. At the moment, it's set at 0. Try 1, 2, and 3. At 1, you can hear a little bit of response. At 2, it gets better. At 3, it's really responsive. So what about the rest of operators? Do you set velocity for them? If so, at what level? This is more to do with your preference. If you want to control the volume of operator 1 to operator 5, then you can set velocity slightly, say 1 or 2. So you can have two ways of setting key velocity sensitivity shown here. Of course, you can come up with your own unique velocity setting as well. Now, we are nearly there. When you press a key at C3, we should be hearing a lower note as this is a bass sound. So we will use a key transpose function to do that. Press button 31 and press C2 key. Press C3 again and you should hear a note 1 octave lower. Let's play a little at lower notes. Yes, we get lots of low frequencies. We don't hear clicking noises. When you press higher notes, it may have too much sawtooth tone. A sub bass usually has minimum harmonic rich tones, so we need to cut down on the sawtooth tone at higher notes. What parameters do you use to do that? This is the first time I go over the keyboard level scaling. It's used for fine-tuning a sound at different note ranges. You set the breakpoint, which can be anywhere between A1 to C8. You set individual curves or lines, either lower or higher notes or both. You set individual depth, either lower or higher notes, or both from 0 to 99. And they are linked to output level. How do we set those parameters for this sub bass? For breakpoint, we will pick a center key, then adjust it up and down if needed. This means that it will be C2 key. For a left curve, because we want to maintain the current sawtooth tone, we can set it to positive line or negative line. For right curve, as we want to reduce the sawtooth tone at higher notes, we will use negative line. For left depth, you don't need to make a change. For right depth, you need to reduce the sawtooth tone. Let's use the keyboard level scaling. Press buttons 23, 24, and 25 and use operator select button to check all operators. This table shows the initialization data set for the keyboard level scaling. So changes that we need to make is for operator 6 only. We will set breakpoint to C2, then light depth to 5 initially. Press a key, and if you prefer less sawtooth tone, then adjust light depth to 10, 15, or 20. For operator 1 to 5, we don't need to make any changes. Let's revise what we've learned in this tutorial. The DX7 provides 32 algorithms for flexible sound design. You can introduce minimum or maximum harmonic contents based on algorithms and envelopes plus output level. Algorithm 31 can be used for making a sub bass sound by layering 4 sine waves and 1 FM sawtooth wave. A decay and sustain envelope can use to control feedback, hence sawtooth harmonics. Use key velocity sensitivity for greater expression of a sawtooth sub bass. You can use key transpose to get the maximum low end. Adjust keyboard level scaling to fine-tune lower, mid, and higher notes. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more DX7 FM bass tutorials. Support the DX7 channel by subscribing. Yes, please do so. See you later.